I'm getting asked to be a trainer.
Do it.
To train people and...
Do it.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I'm worried that...
You're worried about what?
I don't know. It's weird. It's different when I work out and people just work out with me.
Yeah.
But then to sit there and be like, okay, another rep, get it going.
Okay, so the funny thing is, back in the day, I would bend for clients.
Okay. Timing wise?
No, not just timing, but yes, timing, but not really. When I'm talking about like actually having them in the gym in front of me for a session, I would bend, right? Because I didn't want to offend anyone. I wanted to push people because I know I have to, but maybe they can't take it, whatever. And it's funny, everybody wants the trainer to be around them screaming and pushing them, but then when they do, they, for some reason, have a problem with it.
You find that people blocked, like shut out, or they just don't, they're not receptive to it?
They'll do it, but then they'll complain that it's too much, it's too hard, whatever. I've had a woman just a couple of months ago tell me that I'm serious in the gym. I have a trainer now, but it's not working out. He hasn't pushed me hard enough, blah, blah, blah. I need to get in here. I want to take pictures. I actually want to do a show at some point, blah, blah. I said, cool. Everybody tells me I should train with you. I'm like, I'd love to help you. Now I start to help the woman. I'm pushing her. Every time I'm asking her to do something, she's like, no, I can't do that. I'm like, listen, I just put a plate on the bar and you did 20. Me adding 10 pounds on each side is not enough for you to not be able to do this.
You should get 18 now.
Now, I take it personal because you are talking and making it seem like I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. You think that I would put this on the bar to specifically hurt you? Is that what it is? You asked me for my help. I'm not going to say this again. When close your eyes, I tell you to lift something, just lift it. If you don't like that attitude, right? Train on your own.
Or hit that trainer that you just left back up.
Exactly. So now, everything you had wasn't working. So you come here. I'm telling you what you need. You're telling me no. Go back to where you were and continue doing what's not working.
This seems
for a very long time.
This seems counterproductive.
So, sure enough, she ends up telling me, "I'm sorry, I can't renew sessions. Money's tight, blah, blah, blah." But meanwhile, she's friends with one of my friend's wives. And she ends up telling her, he pushes me too hard. Pushes you too. You said you want to do a show. You didn't just say that you want to just work out to be a housewife.
I want to look good when I go to the cabana.
You said you want to be damn near naked on the beach, make your husband get jealous, make other women get jealous. You want to be strong, have muscles. You're showing me pictures of people on Instagram that you want to look like. That bitch is lifting heavy and you don't want to. So you want what she has, but you don't want to put in the work that she does.
Damn, she must have skipped the man in the fuck up episode.
That's
must
crazy.
Have skipped the man in the fuck up.
I don't get it. Like, what the fuck? Here we go.
It goes back to the hard work. It's all full circle.
Exactly.
It goes back to hard work, instant gratification. I want this now.
Exactly.
I want to look this way now.
Right now.
Not in
the
4 months.
easiest way possible.
Not in 4 months.
I don't want there to be a struggle. It's got to be easy for me.
I got to sweat? That's fucking crazy.
Hold
no
on,
shot.
Wait a minute. You mean to tell me that I have to glisten in the gym? Shit, because I don't sweat and I don't perspire. I glisten.
I also don't drink water.
Fuck out of here. That shit, man, that shit kills me. Like, it's bugged out. And it happens more often than not. And it's to the point where you'll meet people who don't want to train with me anymore. They have nothing negative to say about me aside from...
Yeah, it's not that your coaching didn't work or your tactics and methods didn't work.
It's just too much. It's too much because what you were doing before wasn't working. So obviously, you can't continue to do A, B, and C if it's not working for you. And when you try D, E, and F, because it's different and difficult, you just want to go back to what wasn't working. It's not the answer. That actually, believe it or not, that's insanity.
Yes.
That's the definition of being insane.
Robining back to things that you know don't work.
I know this is not going to work, but I'm going to keep doing it in hopes to see something different. but you know it's not going to work. That's why you've left it before.
And you're setting yourself up for failure, and then you're going to be miserable, and then you're depressed.
It's ridiculous. But I mean, like I said, people don't want to work hard. They want to find the easy way out of everything, and they'll find out in the long run that the things that are easy don't last. Just like taking drugs. You want to take drugs? It's going to make you look good right now. But what happens when you stop taking the drugs? The amount of people I've seen literally just lose 20 pounds. It looks like they don't even know how to work out in the gym anymore.
Yep.
They got no motivation, no nothing. They're depressed. What does it do? It leads you right back to the gear.
Yep.
So now you can't do anything without it.
Never built a house on it without it.
You wanted the easy way. I've had kids come to the gym. Yo, I want to train with you, bro. I see you work out. It's crazy. I want to work out with you. Yo, you know anything about like drugs? I'm like, Advil? What drugs you talking about? Tylenol?
Marijuana?
You a little under the weather? You want some cold and sinus? What the fuck? What drugs are you talking about?
I got Alka-Seltzer in the car.
You can't even do push-ups. You talking about drugs? Come on, dude. But everybody just wants the easy way. They just want the fastest and easy way to reach the goal. They don't want the hard work. They see other people at the finished product that they want, and they neglect the road they took. It's just like what we were saying at the last podcast. Everybody wants to look at Ronnie Coleman and scream out, lightweight, baby, it's time to bleed.
Ain't nothing but a peanut.
They want to talk all that shit. Reiterate what they're saying. Post Ronnie. Like all Ronnie shit. But don't ever want to do what Ronnie does.
They watch it right before they work out. Dorian. They watch Dorian screaming in the dungeon in the basement. Last rep. Come on, Yates, another one.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't train like that?
But no.
You're sitting over there butterflying tens.
Let's stimulate, don't annihilate. But technically, if you think about it, anybody that's competing or any athlete, they not only annihilate the gym, they annihilate their diet. They have to attack it in a fashion where they're annihilating it. They have to be so on point and so excessive for it to work. So they're not only going to annihilate the gym, their mental state, their diet, all that stuff. You know what I mean? It's like, come on now. And you want to disregard all of that and just try to find an easy way out.
When I was competing, naturally, because I never took anything, ever, and I tell that to some people and they're just kind of like, I mean, I look natural, so it's not far-fetched. I tell that to some people and they're just like, really? Like, it's so shocking to them that I haven't taken anything. Just, I weigh my options. I listened to the people on one side that said steroids will never do anything to you. You'll be safe. You could take them for your entire life. And I listened to the people that said if you take them once, they'll kill you. And I formulated my own opinion based on it. And I decided that I was fine natural.
It wasn't for me.
I didn't need it. I don't need it. I'm not getting to that competition level ever again. Maybe, you know what? Never say never. But as far as I can tell right now, I have zero aspirations of competing again. But while I was competing and getting ready, I was as strong as I've ever fucking been in my life. Actually, lately, I've been getting back to that roots of just training like a fucking savage because I finally feel good again. So, I mean, I'm ripping weight again. But I used to have this kid who would tell people, Nick doesn't realize you can't do this naturally. You can't do it naturally. Talk mad shit. And it was somebody that I was close with for a while. And the funny part is I would be ripping up almost 500 pounds on deadlifts at 185, 190 pounds, looking him dead in the face like, damn, you're on all the gear in the world. You can't do this shit. Why can't you do this?
Exactly.
That's crazy. Why can't you do this? Throwing up the 130s, 120s on incline chest, no spot, just sitting there, 8 reps, 10 reps, repping it. That's weird. Every time I start doing some crazy way, I look at him. He go be next to me, train next to me. That's fucking crazy.
It's crazy.
How come you can't do this?
What?
How come you struggle with hundreds? I don't know. Aren't you taking everything under the sun? Shouldn't you be the Hulk? No, because it's not the end all be all. It's not. There are plenty of dudes that are natural, that are stronger and more shredded than dudes that are on shit.
Yes.
Literally, I mean, and I could be wrong, but my whole thing with steroids in general, and this is, kind of turned into a steroid conversation, but my whole thing with steroids in general is like, use that as a topper. If you're gonna use them, like you have them for a purpose, use it as a topper. Top the oil off.
That is not the catalyst.
Build the foundation.
Yes.
Like you said, diet, immaculate. Training, immaculate. Sleep, immaculate. Vitamins, everything under the sun, immaculate. And if then everything doesn't work for you, maybe start to see in small, minuscule doses.
And it all depends on what your goals are.
Yeah. Well, there's some dudes that just take a cycle just go on spring break. And it's fucking crazy.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Ridiculous.
It's fucking crazy.
We had spoke about this, I think, in the first podcast we ever did, The Voice and Rizzles. It was like right after my my show. And I said, yeah, mark my word, I'm going to do this. I'm going to get on this Olympia stage. As the more I talk to people and realize what has to be done, or what, like you said, there's like a fine line. I don't think, and I can't say, I won't say you can't, but I don't think you can get to looking like them without taking gear.
Yeah.
So with that being said, my views on wanting that and that being a goal has changed.
You shift.
I'm just like, I'm not willing to do what they're willing to do. And I'm not knocking that at all. Like, I think you guys, they look phenomenal. They really, really do.
I show you my buddy.
And it's amazing. I know the discipline that comes along. I live it. So it's not like, but I'm definitely, I'm not willing to do what they do in order to be there. So, if I change my mind and I wanted that to be a goal and that's huge for me and I'm older, so I guess I'll have to, look into that kind of shit. But I can't see that. I can't foresee that happening because I want to live.
Yeah, well, it's getting fucking crazy out there right now.
Shit's scary.
We've already said it once before, but it's like an obituary on the Generation Iron page. Here, look. So this is my boy Vince. My boy Vince was a natural pro, men's physique. And back in, when he was competing and I became friends with him, his coach he's the one who put me onto his coach. So he's the doctor in Florida, his boy. Mm-hmm. And he used to give dudes on shit a run for their money. But he's men's physique, so he didn't have to be big. Now though, he wouldn't be able to compete.
He can't.
Yeah, he wouldn't be able to compete now. It's just too fucking stringent and tough. I'm trying to find like a really good picture of him. So he was in the lineup with Matt Acton, Sadiq, Jason Poston back in like 2013, 2014, giving them a run for their money. But like for a dude that, they don't have that picture up. But
he looks great.
Just looks great. He just looks great. Super clean.
Yeah.
He just looks super clean. His lines were beautiful. He just really and just
really good.
Just an athlete. So that's what he was. He was an athlete in college, and then he started doing that, and then he gracefully dipped out. He doesn't do it anymore.
Strong base, exactly.
Yeah, he was a pro. He came in, I think, second a couple of times. I don't know if he won any of the big shows. I don't know if he stepped on the Olympia stage, but once again, another guy who's just not willing to go to that level. And that's fine. If you're willing to go to that level,
do that.
Godspeed. Just understand the risks that are involved.
Yeah,
and if you don't, then you need to do your research.
Exactly.
Don't just listen to it.
I don't knock any of it.
Absolutely not. But I get nervous when I hear these dudes that are like, even the young guys, like you're saying in the gym, I hear these dudes that are just like, yeah, so-and-so told me to take this. It's like, well, where is so-and-so's degree from? Has he ever worked with those compounds in a lab? Has he ever done any trials? Or is he just some fucking guy that heard from some other guy that this is the amount that works for people?
Yeah. Exactly.
Does he know how to read blood? Does he know how to...
scary.
It's really fucking scary. I know a lot of young guys that are getting, I won't say duped, but they're getting told what types of drugs to take by some fucking bro. It's like, bro, man, what are you doing? Yeah. You got to take your health into your hands. He doesn't give a fuck if you die. He doesn't care. Maybe he'll attend the funeral and he'll say he's sorry. And I miss my friend. I miss my client, whatever.
Yeah.
But in the grand scheme of things, he doesn't care. You are his paycheck as well. So like at the same time, you have to understand that this guy does not know everything there is to know about compounds, steroids, and everything like that. So if you're really going to do it, you got to get advised by a doctor.
For real.
You have to have somebody, and they're going to monitor you for heart, clots, liver, kidney. You got to have everything under the sun checked. You can't just fly rogue and then just expect there to be no issues.
Exactly.
I watch all these dudes. I can't say who it is, so I'm just gonna say blanks. I was working with this person for doing some content, and the person told me that their coach told them to take X, but they were taking Y. And I said, you can't do that. He thinks that you're taking this and your body is changing based on that, you're taking something completely different. Why the fuck wouldn't you say something? Why wouldn't you say something? That's crazy to me.
Yeah.
That's absolutely insane to me. You will kill yourself because now when he goes to up X and you up Y and he goes, why is he holding water? Why is this happening? Exactly. Maybe we need to push more. And he gives you more because that's all these fucking people in this industry know is more.
Yeah.
So now we go more. And then now you take more of what? I don't know, man. It seems stupid.
Yeah. 100%.
I'm not the smartest guy in the world. Also
100%.
not the dumbest. But it seems dumb.
100%.
That's like you telling a client, cup of spinach, no rice for meal 3. And then they're eating rice and they're getting heavy. You're like, what the fuck's going on?
And they wonder why.
And then you go, okay, well, take the carbs out. Take the carbs out of meal 4 too. They take the carbs out, and they still gain.
What's going on?
What's going on here?
You're not listening. Somebody's lying.
It ain't me.
Not following directions.
It ain't me. So, kind of how the conversation started. I have a couple people that are asking me to start training them.
Yes.
Which I'm down to, but I'm also not the guy to baby someone in the gym.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, you have to figure out.
I've trained John Meadows mountain dog shit since 2012.
Yeah.
So I only know.
I know you train hard.
You go in, or why are we here? And then
you know how you are when you follow a plan. A lot of guys, I'll spend the time to make a plan for someone, and I'll watch them in the gym. And I'll be like, that wasn't on the plan, but okay. That wasn't on the plan, but okay. So you decided to take those 2 moves out and add in your own.
Because they're hard.
Exactly.
They're difficult. I don't want to do them.
Exactly. So because you have another job as well, okay, if this training is not your number one source of income or whatever it is.
Just be gas for the month.
You can be, for lack of better terms, you can be a dickhead. And when I say that, I mean, you can literally be like, listen, if you're not going to do this, don't come back here. And that's how I am now. You're not going to steal my energy. I'm not starting my day or ending my day with someone that is not coming in here to think to themselves, if Jamal asked me to run through a wall, I'm ready. If you're not coming in here with that attitude, I really don't care to train you. I've already passed that part of my career where I have to kind of baby and coddle people. Granted, certain people, I know they come to gyms for different reasons, but if you're coming to the gym to see results and that's what you're telling me you want to see, I'm going to give you my expert opinion. And whether you like it or not, you either take it or you don't. And if you don't choose to take it, there's no reason for you to be here with me. So I'm at that level now, thank God. And you're pretty much starting at that level because it's not your go-to job.
Yeah.
If you had to worry about retaining clientele and making money to pay your bills, different story. Now you got to bend a little bit.
My bedside manner has to be different.
Exactly. And that's how I was when I first ever started training.
Oh, did the 45s hurt your legs?
Exactly. Oh. You know what? Take it back. Do you feel like you can go up? No, that weight was good. Okay, let's stay there for a little bit.
We'll do one more.
Now, during that time, I am trying to brainwash you. I hate to use the term, but I am trying to brainwash you. I'm hoping that some of me will rub off, and as we go, I can show you that. Listen, look at what you accomplished. You thought you couldn't. Your mind told you no. Your body said yes. No, your body told you no, and your mind said yes. And now here I am. I'm just trying to feed your mind. If I can get you in the right mental state, you can pretty much do whatever you want. And then all of a sudden things change and you can tell. And then their workouts change and now they're willing to push more. They're willing to do more. You know what I mean? They want more. So it's like, you're there. But in the beginning, you can't just throw them right to it. You know what I mean? So when you're with what you're about to do, by all means, you'll be able to tell people, listen, don't steal my time.
Well, my first conversation with this individual was, what's your diet like? Yeah. What's your diet like? Because
it's the key.
If I'm going to work out with you 2 times a week, whatever it might be, and that's the other part. I don't know if I should work out with him or if I should coach him through a workout.
This is what I do.
Because the issue is, by the time I get home from editing all day, shooting all day, I have to hit my workout.
Yeah.
So then for me to hit my workout and then to train or coach him at my garage gym, it's tough.
Yep.
It's tough.
So this is what I did for a while. I had my regulars. And when I would come across people that wanted me to train them, I either didn't have the time or there was a bit of a relationship there.
Mm-hmm.
I would tell them, I'll charge you half the price and come in and work out with me. All I'm asking you to do, I'm not asking you to keep up with the weight. I'm asking you to keep up with the rep range. So if I do 50 reps right now, 100 reps, don't grab the same weight to do 10 reps and think your set is over. No, 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 my friend. The rep range and the sets is what I want. It's not the number, not the weight. Okay? And if you can grasp that, just come in and work out with me. And I'll be that. 9 times out of 10, it turns out into a big dick contest. And if they see you doing it, they're going to also try and do it.
They want to do it.
So, you can bring your boy in with you as long as he understands what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
Like if he's trying to keep up with you, that could end up being a bit of an issue because he's not going to understand the concept of what you're trying to do.
Yeah, he's not going to be. I don't think he's going to be able to keep up with me. So
Yeah.
it becomes
and then he doesn't want to come work out with you anymore.
Yeah, and then he doesn't want to work out with me anymore. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't know. I've always thought about it. I used to give people plans back when I first started the bodybuilding stuff. I used to give them plans.
I think you do great.
Thank you.
To be totally honest with you, I do.
People ask me, they'd go, "Hey Nick, can you write me a plan? Just something that I can stick to, workouts, nutrition, something that I could do." And I would write out a basic, at the time, what I thought was intellectual training and nutrition. Yeah. And I would write that out for them. And I'd go, "Here, take this, try it, do it." And I'd see them 2 days later.
Not doing it.
Not eating what the fuck I said. So I would actually get mad at friends of mine. I'd say, "Don't ever ask me for advice on how to lose weight again, because I don't want to waste my fucking time. And the fact that you made me waste my time irritates me beyond belief. Beyond belief that I have to now sit here, watch you not do what I told you to do, and you're going to sit there and bitch in 6 months. I'm still fat."
Exactly.
At least when I bitch that I need to lose weight, I know what I have to do. I just don't feel like doing it.
Exactly. And when you choose to do it, you go out there and do it.
Oh, yeah. When I choose to, I've been looking at old photos of myself again, and I'm just like, the kid's got to get back, man. Oh, man.
I was watching old workout videos the other day. Me, Fab, Ed, Baby. I was just like,
we found Fab. We scrolled on Fab's Instagram. And we found him without a beard.
No.
You didn't see it?
I saw pictures of Fab when he was young without a beard.
Yeah. It's fantastic. I'm going to show you real quick.
Don't tell me it's one of those James Harden things. You ever seen James Harden without the beard?
I mean, it's interesting.
Hey, he got slapped in the face with a book bag. Yes, I did see that.
That's not the same person.
That is not.
That's not the same person.
Yo, some people need a beard. Some people need the beard, bro. Oh my God, that is hysterical.
Oh my God, dude, that's so great.
Did y'all go out?
No, he had a last minute job.
Yeah, okay.
And I just said, "Wow, you're gonna pick making money over hanging out with my whack ass? Cool, whatever." He goes, "Nah, it's not personal." Yeah, man, I gotta get back.
Yeah, we do.
I gotta get back to that, man. That was
a great pick.
That was like, I felt like the Hulk, man. I just felt.
You look good, man.
I was like 190, 185. Yeah, that's what I need to get back to.
It's good. You will.
Yeah, that's why I'm doing the meals. I got some of Hummus's meals. I'm trying to stay with that. Motherfuckers gotta stop giving me cookies. All these people give me cookies. Brianna, my buddy Doug.
Brianna's cookies are.
Dude, I can't eat that. But I'm not you. Like it doesn't.
I had to stop buying them.
Yeah, but like I'm not you. Like I'm not gonna go and do triple workouts after I eat a cookie. I'm gonna sit there like a fat ass.
We go out for Tyler's birthday, and I'm just like, you know what? I gotta go, fellas. You remember that?
Yeah, you just left. I thought something was urgent.
Nah, I was like, yeah, I gotta go. Yeah, I love y'all. I gave hugs. I left, and I literally hit Fab up. I'm like, yo, I'm just letting you know because I know you'll feel bad. I'm about to work out. He's like, what? I was like, yeah, I'm about to work out like again. So
and what did you eat at dinner? Mad guac.
I ate guacamole with a couple of the chips. You guys try to force me to have a drink.
Yeah, that was the blood orange margarita.
Yeah, I took
4.5 sips, if that.
And then slid it over to Fab. Like, yo, finish this for me, bro. Like, everybody's watching me. They see the glass is not really.
Yeah, we see it.
The drink is not going down.
Everyone's on their second, their third, and then we're looking at Jake. One of us. One of us.
So, and then I had the steak. with rice.
You gonna go
Nothing
back there?
crazy.
The place was good, right?
It was good. It was
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah.
Really, really good.
Yeah.
And then I left and went to the gym and
You
tried to
weighted
kill myself.
carries and till
Yep.
what time?
That night we didn't get out till 1:15, 1:30. Yeah. And it was one of those nights too. We were pushing it.
Oh yeah, you felt it.
pushing
All
it.
the sodium
Yeah.
and shit from the
Yeah.
food. You
we
felt
good, everything. And it's funny because I sat down in the gym. I waited for him. I said I'd give him a few minutes.
He was talking to us. He was hanging out with us
Yeah.
at my car.
And I was just like, I could have just went home and actually like,
Yeah,
got
well,
some
well,
sleep.
that's the thing. If you give you that, and that's the same thing with going to the gym in general.
Yeah.
You give yourself that time where if you're
Yeah.
not taking your pre, if you're not amping yourself up, listening to music, getting ready, you know, it's the end of the day, man. You're sitting in that comfy leather
Yeah.
seat. It's cold out. You got the heated seats on. You
What
just
time
go.
did we finish dinner? We finished dinner at,
It's at least 10, 11 o'clock.
yeah, I left at 10:30.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. So you give
Yeah.
yourself that time where you just get that second thought in
Yep.
your head. Maybe I should just leave and
I never
hit the
let it.
bed.
I never let it take over.
You don't let the bitch in you talk.
No. Once the bitch started talking, I slapped the shit out of her.
Shut the fuck up.
I'm like, hell no. I'm like, I could just go home and get. Yeah, don't talk like that. Only bitches talk like that. Pick this motherfucking weight up, nigga. Come on, let's go. and that's exactly see what I did. I said, Fab, get your ass in here quick, man, because I'm gonna need a rest period inside between these sets. But yeah, it's what it is. It's just me. It's me. It's a mental thing with me, man. I just my whole family's like, not my whole family. I can't say that. I'm sorry. I apologize to my family, but majority of them are, forgive me, but overweight and unhealthy.
Okay. That's my family. My family is the same way.
You know, my parents are always like, yo, every time I see you, you're like, oh, my legs, my back. Yeah, I'm sore. I'm not injured. Like, I don't have to rent a hospital room every year. Like, come on. Like, just eat right, whatever. So, you know, they have, yeah, I'm my genetics, definitely a lot of diabetes, high blood pressure, cholesterol issues that run in the family, all metabolic syndrome type stuff. So, no matter how much I work out and how much I eat right and I may feel good, people think I do it for the looks. I really don't.
You're performance driven.
I'm performance driven, but at the same time, I'm trying to live. Like, I've seen my parents like in hospital beds. I've seen my, you know, have surgery after surgery because of heart attacks and all that. I just, I'm trying to be the best I can be, the healthiest I can be, so that I don't end up like that. You know what I mean? Like, I'll visit my mom in Florida and I'll walk in and boil a dozen eggs, and she'll sit there and just watch me pop an egg in my mouth and grab a handful of salad out the salad box and just eat dry. She's like, that's disgusting. I'm like, no, it's not. It tastes great. There's hot sauce on the eggs. She's like, you're just going to sit there and just eat dry. I'm like, yeah, well, what do you want me to do? I could have cooked you something. I'm like, yeah, you'd have cooked me something with fried some chicken or something like that. I can't eat that right now.
It would have been delicious, but however,
amazing, but I can't do that, you know? So a lot of people think it is.
Then I gotta go to the gym at 1 a.m. and do weighted carries.
Exactly.
Let me sleep.
Everybody wants to be like, yo, Jamal, I think you're taking this, you're a little too excessive. It's not about being excessive, man. You know what I mean? Like, I'll sit there and always talk about, you know, being Batman, how everybody calls me Batman. Like, you gotta be a superhero for your family, right? So that's technically what I do. And it's when my kids get older and they're like, Daddy, can you throw the ball with me? Can you teach me how to fight? Can you do this? Can you do that? And I'm either unhealthy or can't help them. Where's the superhero then? The dude that they look up to, that they call Batman or Daddy, where are you now? Now I got to go and pay somebody
To do that with your
to
kids.
do that?
Yeah.
I got to pay a guy or girl to do that with my kids when I should have been able to do that. I was like, and it's not about being cheap, the paying part. It's the fact that, yo, like, that's you.
That's
be a
your
dad,
responsibility
bro. Like,
as a parent.
As a parent, like, you know, you want to be that. I don't want people looking, like my kids looking up to other people more than they look up to me. I'm not a jealous person. I don't have a jealous bone in my body at all.
But you're the king.
when it
You're
comes-
the superhero.
Yo, that's the only thing that will make me jealous, the only thing that's ever made me jealous in my life, I can tell you right now, there's two things. Before my grandmother passed away, she like raised me. She's like my mom. If I walked in a room and my brother, my sister, my mom, or anyone was sitting closer to her than I was, I would feel some type of way. You know how Kenji likes to nuzzle himself in between you and your mom? That would end up being me. She's mine. She's for me. That's my woman. That's my mom, right? That's that. That's one. Two, if my daughter chose to run to someone else to give him a hug instead of me, oh, yo, listen, bolt down the medicine cabinet, man. Don't, listen. Call me a pussy if you want. But listen, I need all that love. From her?
Every ounce.
Every bit of it. Every bit. And that's it. That's all. So when they call on me, I need to be there.
Makes sense.
Plain and simple. You know what I mean? I don't do it for the looks. It happens to come along with it. If I was, I'd be one of those dudes walking around the gym half naked all the time. That's not even my style. You know, we've done videos and you have to coax me out of my clothes, bro. Like
take the shirt off, Jay.
You're like, come on, just give them what they want. I'm like, I don't know.
Come on, sell a little nipple.
Like, yo, come on.
Sell a little
Take
nipple.
your shirt off.
Come on,
let's go. You show your legs. I'm like, I don't know.
My legs look watery. No, they don't. They don't look watery. You got veins running through them, man. They don't look watery.
But
my legs look watery. Want me to pull my thigh out? It'll be crazy. The difference. I'll put it right next to yours so you feel good about yourself.
Shit. But it's never for that. It's all for other reasons. This is my mental sanity and to stay healthy for my family. That is it.
I don't want to roast you right now, but
go ahead.
You're showing your age, by the way, by writing down your notes on the piece of paper instead of just
putting on my phone. Right? Yeah. You want to know why? I was writing it down while I was in the shower.
In the shower?
Yeah, I was literally washing my face. Oh shit! Before I forget, I literally just reached out. I was writing. I didn't want to touch my cell phone.
Okay.
I would have done that. I would have done that.
You threw me for a loop when I saw the pad come out.
There's a guy, I forget his name. I think they call him Dr. Siak or something like that. He's a motivational speaker, and he talks about how there's a disrespect level and how with the way you handle your phone and social media and stuff like that. Meaning this.
Teach me.
If the first thing you think of when you wake up in the morning is to grab your phone.
Every morning I do.
And look at your phone before speaking to a loved one, saying good morning to a person next to you, texting your loved one, whatever it may be. That's an addiction, and that leads to a problem. If when you're in a meeting, you take your cell phone out of your pocket and put it onto the table, you're telling the person that you're having the meeting with or the group that you're having the meeting with, you're not as important as what could possibly happen on my phone. That's why it's here and it's closest to me.
As I have my phone on the table right now.
Keep your phone in your pocket, right? So there's many different things that he'll get at when it comes to that.
I'm putting the phone in my pocket. For people that can't listen.
So that's what I'm saying.
Can't see that are only listening.
You know, a lot of people will be like, yo, like you're either always on your cell phone or you don't answer your cell phone. I don't want to be attached to my cell phone. I don't want to be just driven by social media. I don't want to. And I just feel like it's one of those things where you see me all year round, even in summertime, doing what? Wearing sweats, sweatshirts. I'll be drenched in sweats 100 degrees outside. Am I ever in a t-shirt? No. I'm in the gym, sweatshirt. Why? Because everybody else would choose an easier road to take the sweatshirt off and make themselves comfortable. Like Bruce Lee would say, I'm going to train myself to be comfortable being uncomfortable. That's one way of me being stronger than you. Mentally. Not physically, but mentally.
Already.
And that's where it all lies. Your strength lies. It's all in your head. So if I could park at the end of the supermarket just to walk in further than you did, I won. If I kept my sweatshirt on longer than you did in the gym because you couldn't deal with the discomfort, I won. And I'm going to always win. That's how it is, a competition. Everything I do is a competition with myself. I don't really care technically about what you're doing, but it's with me. I would be like, damn, it took 45 minutes yesterday for me to take my shirt off. I got to go 47 minutes, 50 minutes, whatever it is. That's the game.
Now just keep it on for years.
Exactly. I don't care. And people are like, yo, summertime, dude, why you got your hoodie on? Hold on. I'm like, not only do I have the hoodie on, but I don't even use my AC in the car.
Stop
What's
it.
up?
Get the fuck out of here.
Ask Fab. He'll jump in the car like, yo, bro, what are you doing?
There's no shot I ever drive with you in the summer.
He's literally like, yo, you just have the windows open? It's hotter outside. I'm like, it's all good, man. The wind, the breeze, baby. Soak it up.
Okay, I do love the breeze driving with the windows down in the summer.
I won't even.
I'm not going to front, though. When it's 100 out, it's hot.
When I go to Florida, I'm traveling to Florida, I'm driving, and it's hot out. Like right now, the temperature's starting to come down in Florida too, but not bad, obviously. But in the summertime, I would, if someone's in the car with me, I'll allow the AC. If it's me, AC's off, windows open.
Are you just sweating 24/7?
Sweating. I'm uncomfortable, and I love it. I actually don't think I know what it is to be comfortable.
I don't think you've smelt around me ever. I don't think you've ever stunk around me. So now we need a Jamal cologne and deodorant plan as well.
Everybody will say, I've never, ever smelt bad in my life. I don't, my body odor, I have none. I don't even wear deodorant. I don't wear deodorant, cologne. I don't put lotion on.
Get the
nothing.
fuck out of
Everything
here.
I love.
You don't wear lotion?
Don't put lotion on at all.
Stop.
Swear to
I get ashier than a
Right hand to the big man.
I get ashier
Swear to
than a
God.
motherfucker on my shins and my knees.
Swear to God, no lotion. If I show you my shins right now, we could draw on them, but that's different.
You and
but
me.
I'm telling you right now, I don't put
It's
lotion
like an etch a
on.
sketch.
I don't wear cologne regularly. I don't wear deodorant. None of that. And you've never, and you've seen me drenched. You've never ever smelt me ever.
Nope. I would be the first one to tell you.
Anyone says that, they just don't. They're just like, yo, you never ever stink, and you'll literally be drenched in sweat. Nope.
You shave your pits?
Unlucky. No.
So you got pit hair?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I feel like mine stinks more
Oh,
if
of
I have
course.
pit hair.
Of course, I feel like, well, I don't have body odor, but wherever there's hair, it's definitely going to smell. It's going to have a stronger scent. So if you shave it, yeah, it's going to be less.
All right, we need the Jamal
The manscaping
blood sample.
I mean, I'll tell you right now.
We need a blood sample just to.
I'm a little hairy hair in my back. It's like a
Are you?
fucking chia pet up in this bad boy.
Are you?
I got a little bit of hair here.
Every shoot.
My back.
I got some of that Italian shit right there.
Yep.
Yeah.
My back is like weird. I'm like Wolverine. I got like patches on my back.
Yes, that's me too. On the shoulders and shit.
It's not an even thing. My brother, he's got hair from his neck down. Like you pat him on the back, it feels like you're touching the Easter basket. That dude's hairy, bro. Like if he wears a V-neck, he might as well just put the V-neck on and line up the hair and just cut the hair out and leave it in there. That's how much hair he got. He's like, the girls love this. I'm like, okay, animal. But I don't know.
Well, that's why he's got to get the beard hair that goes right down to the chest hair, down to his
beard is
pubes.
like, he's got a beard like kind of like Fab's.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, he's
got
bushy.
A long beard. Yeah, he's got a long beard. Yeah.
That's fucking wild.
It's pretty funny.
Speaking of beard, before we get into the topic, still feeling it?
I'm loving it, bro.
Feeling it, right?
I'm loving it.
It's looking
dude.
pretty good.
I'm telling you right now.
It's looking pretty good.
It looks phenomenal.
I'm
Phenomenal.
Getting compliments.
And you didn't even have it lined up.
No, this is like 2 weeks, no lineup.
I'm telling you right now.
I gotta get the neck done for Thanksgiving. I could get the neck done, get my cheeks cleaned up right over here, and then once that's tight, it's gonna look real good. I
love it.
I used to have them faded in on the sides. I think I'm gonna have it grow in, see what it looks like.
Yeah. Have them grow in, see what it is.
That's it, man. My barber
looks
the
great.
barber that I went to fucked my hair up the last time because he gave me like a different fade on each side. It looked different than the other side. And then he cut my hair on top too short.
Too short. Yeah, because it's normally a little bit longer. You got the Patrick Swayze going on usually.
So now we had up. That's it. Last night I was at my buddy's surprise 30th birthday party. Had up. I was the only one. Had it up. I was in a t-shirt and jeans. Everybody else is suited up. But then my boy came in, the one that was the surprise party was for, flannel and jeans. I went, yes.
Thank
yes. Now I don't look like such a bitch now that I don't want to
God.
dress up in a suit.
Thank the Lord. I'm telling you. But yeah, it looks good, man.
Thank you.
It's good. It fits you. It
Thank
suits you.
Yeah, it's
Even with the Rizzle's artwork you had drawn up, I think it's dope.
yeah.
I think it's dope.
Yeah.
You might have to doctor it. If that beard comes out looking the way I know it's going to look, you might have to change that.
I may have to hit him up and be like, hey, switch
just
it up.
add in a little bit of beard for me.
Like this, yeah. Just add a little bit on there for me.
The God of War.
The God of War. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So
Come down to a little point.
give me some of the topic. Like, well, we were kind of talking about like what we want to talk about. Obviously, we go on our own little riffs, and then we come back to just a general basis for the episode.
We're going to touch on some misconceptions in the gym and some things that are important that I think people need to know when they're in the gym. I hear some people talk about certain things and they're a little off. You know, sometimes they might stumble across something that is correct, but I don't think they know why it's correct, and their reasoning for thinking it, the reasoning for bringing it up is not always correct.
I think we have to do this because we're giving advice, and I'm not sure if that's how we do this, but we're not doctors.
Yes, we
I
are
don't know
not
if this,
doctors.
I don't know if this is what we have to do because I've heard people say that you have to do this when you're giving out advice like this for physical activity, medical stuff, whatever. We're not really giving out medical stuff, but consumption.
We're not
consumption
going to give out information for you to do.
This is just our
or
recommendations.
eat. Yeah, this is just for your knowledge. For
This is
you to
what you've
understand
experienced, what you've
exactly
seen
what's going
as
on.
effective and efficient, and
Yeah. Exactly.
take it away.
Yeah. So, and at the end, I think we're going to try to segue into one of the Trainer Chronicles that was going to be an episode that we bring in at some point, about my first ever client that pretty much almost turned me away from wanting to be a trainer ever.
Instantly, first client.
I don't think I've ever wanted to quit this field more than after the first person I ever trained.
I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, and it's actually it's a couple. It's a husband and a wife that really just completely made me just
blood curdle.
Yeah, I sat there and I was like, you know what? With my temper, I don't think this is going to be a good job for me. And unfortunately, it led to a couple other things that have happened throughout my career, but wasn't as. I can't say it wasn't as bad, but this is the first ever client I ever had that did this to me.
All right, so hold on to that.
Yeah,
we'll talk about that.
there.
I want to hit the misconceptions. Let's hit the misconceptions, A to Z, right down the list, what we're going to hit.
So, I want to talk a little bit about when I hear people say that lifting heavy weight gets them big.
Specifically females.
Well, females, we're going to get to that. But even guys.
Oh, guys too.
Guys think that I need to lift heavy to get big.
Oh, okay. That's what you're saying. But the stimulation of it.
Exactly. So, like, what I wanted to touch on is, like, fellas, you have to realize that if I give you 1,000 pounds to lift and you lift it, it's amazing. But you've only eaten 1,000 calories today. You'll be powerful, pound for pound, because you're lifting heavy, right? But you're not going to gain weight. You're not going to put on muscle. You're not eating enough. So just the concept of lifting heavy is going to get you big is false, right? So you got to look at the muscles as the verb in a sentence. It's the action mover, okay? You train your muscles the way you want your muscles to react. So if you want to train to be powerful, that's how you train. So your muscles react in a powerful manner. You can't take a marathon runner and put them under thousands of pounds of pressure on the leg press for 2 reps, 1 rep max on a squat, whatever it is. It's not going to benefit them any. It's not sport specific. It's going to take away from what they need to do, right? It's the same way when someone's trying to be a power lifter. Having them doing high reps, low weight for high volume to failure each set before going heavy is not going to benefit them any.
Yeah, it's only going to tax them.
Exactly. So if your calories and your diet doesn't match what you're doing, it's not going to get you big. You know what I mean? And lifting lightweight for a ton of reps is not going to make you ripped. If you got 30 pounds of fat on you and you're lifting 5-pound dumbbells for 1,000 reps, you're just working endurance. That's all you're doing. You're teaching your muscles how to work for a long period of time with very little rest. You're not getting ripped. That's not what's doing it. It's your diet that's going to make these changes. It's your diet that's going to get you ripped and your diet that's going to put on muscle. It's not what you're lifting at all. So just remember that. Like, your muscles are the verb in a sentence. It's the action mover. So you train them the way you want them to react. If I had a football player that I was training and I told them we're going to train only super slow motion. The moment he goes out to run the 40 and explodes out of the box, he's tearing something because his body's not accustomed to that. He wasn't trained to do that. The verb, the muscles, was not trained to perform that way. And that's what's going to happen. So you got to keep that in mind. You got to make sure you're eating an abundance of calories while lifting to gain weight, to put on muscle. Now, then the question is, all right, if I'm eating a lot, do I have to lift heavy? You're eating a lot. You just have to stimulate your muscle. You have to basically break down muscle fibers so that they can
rebuild and repair.
That's it. Whether you do it you lift enough weight where you're dying out at 15 reps, or you lift weight that you're dying out at 4 reps. Either way, as long as you're straining and struggling and being pushed and pushing your body past limits that you were before, you're going to build muscle if your diet is correct. And that's it, plain and simple. Now, women always think that if I lift heavy, I'm going to get big and bulky.
Like She-Hulk.
Yeah, exactly. The thing about it is one of the main things that females need to understand is what they lack as one of the main components to help men build muscle. Is testosterone.
There we go.
And you don't have much of that. And if you did have much of it, which you may think you do because well, I do get a little husky when I lift heavy. That's because you're also eating like a husky somebody. All right. So let's not lose sight of that. So it's not the testosterone, unless you have a mustache and a beard that you shave on a regular basis, and maybe you do have a little more testosterone than normal, but it's still not enough. Because just remember, if a man who has testosterone flowing through his system on a regular basis and wants to lift heavy and tries to lift heavy and eats abundance of calories, and he puts on 12 pounds of muscle in 1 year, he had a superb year. 12 pounds of lean muscle in 1 year is a superb year. Not a good year, not a great year, not a wonderful year, but superb. That means you were able to...
That's like 0.5% of people.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You ate right. You supplemented correctly. Got enough sleep. You never got sick. You changed your workouts at the right time, and you always push yourself to limits that were more than what your body can handle. That's a lot of components. You had cheat meals at the right time. You rested enough. Look at the amount of components to just gain 12 pounds. But when you think about it, if you're 190 pounds, 1 year later, you're 202 pounds. That's a significant change.
And that's only if you stay lean.
And
that's not even if you gain fat.
Yeah, exactly. This is lean muscle we're trying to put on here. So if you're telling me that you think lifting heavy is going to get you big and bulky, but we're a man who has testosterone as his main support system,
his main hormone
in his body, is lucky if he puts on 12 pounds of muscle in a whole year. Where do you think you're at? How do you think lifting heavy is going to put muscle on that is more than a man without testosterone taking over your body? What would make you think this?
Doesn't work like that. Doesn't work.
I never understand where they got this notion, but that's their misconception. And it's a huge misconception, because if you really look at something that's 100 pounds of solid weight, it's this big. Something that's 100 pounds of loose fluff, it's this big, right? So technically, if you lifted heavy and built more lean muscle, you could be 120 pounds, 100 pounds looking lean, this skinny, or you could be 100 pounds of body fat and look this big. The number is still 100 pounds on the scale.
And the number stays consistent.
Exactly. It's just a space that's displaced. It's body composition. That's all it is. And the woman who's here looking thin, tight, lean is probably pushing herself very hard in the gym and lifting heavy weight. And she ends up with the look that you're looking at on television, in magazines, on social media. And you're like, I want to look like this person. When you find out, damn, she's deadlifting 3 plates. And you don't even want to do leg extensions with some decent weight.
Yep.
You think your thighs are going to get jacked. You're not going to fit in your jeans. That's what it is? No, it's false. False.
I love my boy. I love my boy Petey Jr.
Yeah.
I love my boy Petey, but every time it's leg day, he doesn't come. He won't come. Even if it's a back, and like Meadows has a back
hamstring,
and one hamstring movement, he'll leave before the hamstring movement. He won't.
You know what you got to do?
He goes. My legs and my ass get too big for my suit pants. Like, one workout.
Sure it does, bro.
One workout.
Sure it does.
Stop, Junior.
Dude, you know what you got to do? Tell him today's chest, and when he gets to the gym, psych.
He won't do it. No, he'll leave. He'll go home. He'll fucking go. Oh yeah, no, he'll go fucking home. Yeah, it's wild. I don't understand it.
He's letting me down.
Yeah, you gotta tell. Yeah, next time you see him,
we gotta have a conversation.
Yeah, next time you see him, have a conversation. Put him on the spot.
That is hysterical.
Yeah, he'll leave.
He'll walk out of the gym.
He'll fucking leave. No, he'll go home. He'll go home.
Wow.
He won't do it. He will not do it.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Now, on the topic of women and lifting, let me just make a generalized view that I've seen.
Yes.
Is it just me, or are girls getting into lifting younger and they're looking insane?
Yeah.
Like early 20s?
I love the fact that fitness has taken the turn that it's taken.
Was it like this 10, 15, 20 years ago?
No.
It's fucking
I could tell you right now, in the gyms that I grew up going to, there was only a handful of women, a very small handful. I could tell you right now, the women I remember in the gym were there because their boyfriend was there, and they were either jealous and just needed to be around their boyfriend at all times. That was one of my exes. She's one of them.
Sounds fun.
Just bullshitting around the gym, not serious.
Yeah, sounds fun.
And then a couple female like bodybuilders. They were serious. But it wasn't bombarded with women.
It's wild
You know what I mean? Now I think it's amazing because I'm looking at girls at young ages come into the gym and they're going right to the squat rack. They're going right to deadlift. They're trying to push them. They're walking in with weight belts and knee wraps and they're pushing weight. And I'm like, yo,
developed
thank
too.
God.
Looking crazy, developed.
Yeah, well, yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Look at some of these younger girls, the early 20s, they look like they've been training for fucking 10 years.
It's amazing. I'm happy that has happened because for a long time, women have neglected it, but they don't realize what that does for their health.
Well, they've just been cardio bunnies.
Exactly. They think they're helping themselves by just running and doing cardio. And that's actually hurting you. You know what I mean? In the long run, you want weight training. That's what's going to build more women have issues with osteoporosis and osteopenia than men. So one of the main things that help that is weight training. Not drinking milk. It's not, my calcium. No, that's not what helps that.
That's great.
It's not that. It's weight training. So when I see that now, I'm just like, thank God. Like people are starting to get it. Like, you know what I mean? Like they're starting to understand. Like, shit, where were you guys when I was trying to preach this shit to a room full of people and they looked at me like I had
10
three
heads.
heads.
Yeah,
I'm
10
like,
heads.
come on. I'm like, I'm trying to help you here. Like, this is what's going to help. This is what's going to help your metabolism. This is going to help your energy levels. This is going to help you when your hormones are off. When you're on your period and you're feeling so down, right? You may feel like shit and disgusting. Listen, ladies, I don't know what a period feels like. Okay? I'm going off what all my clients tell me how they feel when they're on their period. They'll walk in and we have this relationship with like, Jamal, listen, I'm telling you right now, I'm bleeding like a motherfucker. So I'm just letting you know if I have to run to the bathroom, we had a little gush. I'm like, this is definitely new.
All right.
Okay.
Bet.
You want me to bring a pad?
Yeah.
Extra towels? Like I don't know what to tell you. But
don't bleed too much.
But yeah, like I'm like, okay, whatever. So within the years, I've heard women talk about this and I understand, but you always feel better after a workout. I'm not saying you won't feel nasty, like uncomfortable, just from a cleanliness standpoint.
No,
or
when
whatever.
you're done. I've never had a workout that I finished that I was like, man, this is the worst thing in the world.
Exactly.
I hate that I pushed myself through this.
When you're going through your period, the main thing you want to do is blood flow, circulation, and what else? Release endorphins. That's what's going to give you a little bit of a feeling of euphoria. And you need that at that time. So when women are on their period, get to the gym. Have a steak. Get to the gym.
Get that iron up.
So when I see girls and women in the gym now going hard, it makes me happy because I'm like, finally, I was like, when I was 20 years old, nobody wanted to listen. And all I'm doing is trying to help, but now I think people are starting to really get it and seeing them in the gym and them wanting them and seeing that they want to push themselves to lift heavier. I love it.
Yeah, get into it.
Some girls get there and I'm like, yo, listen, she's doing a one-arm row. She's trying to get to 70 pounder. I'm like, get that shit, bitch. Are you kidding me? And when I say bitch, I mean it in the most loving way.
Most enduring and endearing and loving way.
But I'm like,
it's all in Jamal's tone.
Yeah.
If he yells at you, you go, bitch. Like then
exactly.
you go, whoa.
If the bass is up, if I get high octaves with it, then it's all love. But when you cursing somebody, motherfucker, that's fun.
Yeah.
This motherfucker here. No, that's bad.
Different.
That's
so
bad. I love it. I love it. I love to see it. Like the other day I was in the gym and this girl, I was like, yo, you gonna use those? She was like, no, I'm grabbing those. I was like, oh, she's gonna take the 50s? She sat down, kicked them up right in for shoulder press. I said,
love that.
Good job. Good fucking job. I didn't tell her that. Like, me, I don't talk to people. So I'm just like, oh, good. Fab comes in. I was like, yo, Fab, she's lifting more than you on a shoulder press, fam. Just want to let you know, bro. Just letting you know. That's all. He's like, yo, get the fuck out of here. I'm like, she did the 50s for reps.
Just want to let you know that we should probably go back to Besito, get a preload meal in, and then come back because then you still might not be able to hit that 50.
But it really does make me happy. And I think it does, it helps not just men in their mental state, but also women.
Oh, yeah.
Like physically, mentally, socially, everything, psychologically.
Fitness and working out sees no gender, no race, no nothing. That's what's cool about it. What's cool about it is, and I've said this multiple times, and on the topic of people as a whole, I think, how do I want to word this? I think you get a lot of people with stray opinions of other people.
Mhm.
So not necessarily racist people or nasty people, like, or just miserable people, but you get people that aren't in that environment.
Yes.
The people that are in the gym environment more so are never like that.
Yeah, they get it.
We don't see anybody as different. We see everybody trying to get their goals. And I think that is that melting pot that I talked to you about.
Yes, exactly.
Different
that is a
culture.
Great,
Different
great way to be.
cultures,
Yeah.
different people, every gender. Like, it doesn't matter. You could have a transgender kid. I don't give a fuck. It don't matter. We have
Yeah.
we have Alex. Like I see Alex and I was like, yo, get that weight up.
Get
Like,
that weight. You need a spot? What's up, homie?
who gives a
let's
fuck?
get this
Like,
money.
that's what I'm saying. And like,
Yeah.
black, white, Asian, it doesn't matter. Everyone's just there to improve themselves and just be a unit.
It's true. I had the amount of people I've had approach me in the gym, be like, yo, listen, man, I like listen to the podcast, or I watched that video that you posted, you're inspirational. I'm like, damn, I am? I'm like, wow, that's great. But any other day, I would have never thought that person would have
listened
or would have even spoken to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's just like, well,
from this, people are gonna start talking to you like crazy.
I fucking love it. I'm just like, yo, this is great. It makes me happy, bro. Like, it's just one of those things where I'm like, I don't take compliments well. I don't like it. I don't like attention.
Just shredded.
So when guys come up to me in the gym and they're like, oh, saying whatever, your physique, blah blah blah. I'm just kind of like, I immediately get kind of like, I'm taken back a little bit, and I'm just like, no, you're the man.
So I'm the same way.
Yeah.
When people talk to me about my videos and photos, because I know the people that are better than me and where I rank and where I want to be.
Yes.
So people will be like, Nick, fucking video you post is amazing. So I'm just like, yeah, it's good. No, it's great. Yeah. But like, I know that I want it to be interplanetary. I want it to be stellar. I want it to be insane.
Yeah. And yeah, I guess.
So it's the same way with me.
Yeah, it's the truth. I have a level of body dysmorphia where I truly don't like what I see in the mirror. I genuinely like it. It's like when you take a picture of me or the video and you show me, I'm like,
you don't believe it.
What's the first thing I say all the time? I'm like,
you sprinkled a crack on it.
I'm like, damn, bro, that's me.
Sprinkled a crack on it.
I'm like, it's gotta be the lighting, bro. It's gotta be the lighting.
Nope, that's you.
So
you look like.
I don't like what I see in the mirror, and it's what pushes me to work. I always want more. You know what I mean? I always want to push myself. I always want to just be better. You know what I mean? Like, I had one time, a couple of the young guys came into the gym. I was at Sparta working out, and they were like, yo, OG, can we jump in on your workout? I was like, of course. Come on. We're working out. I see them in the corner. They arguing. Come on, man. What the fuck, man? We can't let this old motherfucker get us. Why the fuck we can't keep up? Yo, listen, come on, man up. Let's get this. And the other guy's like, I can't lie to you, man. I'm tired, bro. I don't think I could do any more. And I'm like, yo, what y'all over there talking about? We just got the warm up and the first set out of the way. We got a lot of shit to do. Then they're like, yo, how old are you? 43. What? I'm like, what? What's wrong? I thought you were like 30. I'm like, bless your heart.
Bless your heart, but you're still not getting out of the set.
Exactly. And then they go up to like Gene and be like, yo, G, all right, what we got to do to get like Jamal? Well, first off, you want to know his secret? He don't give a fuck about you. That's his secret. Stop worrying about everybody else and worry about your goddamn self. That's why you never gonna catch him, because you worry about him.
Fact.
He's not worried about nobody else but him. That guy you see right now, he's talking to himself in the mirror. You see what he's looking at? He's looking at himself and he's calling himself a pussy. He called himself a cunt, a fag, the whole 9 yards. Look at him. Look at him right there. That's what he does before every set. It's just him.
Just gets into it.
That's it. That's what it is. Focus on you. That's all it is. But I don't want to sit there and say I hate myself. I don't hate myself. I love myself, but I don't like what I see in the mirror. I always want more. So I'll be in the mirror, like in between my sets, and be like calling myself all types of pussies, bitches, the whole 9 yards. And then I'll do my set. And one time I was dating this girl. I said, yo, call me a pussy. She's like, but you're not. I'm like, I know I'm not. Just say it. Just call me a pussy real quick. Tell me what to say. I'm not going to do it. I'm like, well, good of you. Get out of here.
Shit. Get out of here. I'll see you later. Damn it. Look, he goes, yeah, look, he knows it. He knows it. Damn it. All right, get out of my face. But we're still on for 7. So I'll see you later.
But yeah, it's good to see. It's good to see.
Yeah, that was the general topic.
Yeah.
The women going into the gym.
Women in the gym, killing it. I really just, I don't think people understand what the gym does for your mental state. Not just the physically.
Physical,
not
mental.
just physically, but mental too. And I know, like, I think when people suffer from like anxiety and stuff like that, just go and sweat, man. Exert yourself, work out, make yourself sweat, release some endorphins. It'll make a world of difference. You'll be able to break down the issues that you got going on in your head a whole lot better.
Sweat equity.
And you put in the work, it's gonna help. I just feel like it really does much more for people mentally as well as physically. People look at it for the looks, but they don't even realize you're going in the gym working out for the looks, but you're helping yourself physically. Like, but from a health standpoint, mentally, psychologically, you don't even realize you're doing all that. Long day at work, go to the gym. Kill it. Cool off on the weights. Go home. You'll be a better husband, a better boyfriend, a better father, a better friend, a better family member. All that. Got to do it. You know?
I agree.
So
hit that next bullet point.
Yeah. So I want to talk about lactic acid. Right? I hear a lot of people talking about it and complaining about it, but I think
Jamal, what's lactic acid?
they're just like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Oh, lactic acid was building up. I had to drop the weights. I fucking hate that. I wish I could take something that would prevent my body from producing lactic acid so I can keep on pushing. So what I want them to realize is lactic acid is actually your best friend. I don't think people realize that, but there's two different types. There's lactic acid dehydrogenase, H and M. M is for the muscle, H is for the heart. So when you're lifting something and lactic acid builds up so high that you have to drop the weight or you have to stop the set.
That was me on curls today.
Yeah, that is your body telling you, pump the brakes, homie. You're going to tear something. You're going to get hurt. You're going to get injured. And all the gains you want, you're not going to get it because you can't come to the gym anymore because you're injured. So I'm going to shut down the afferent efferent nerve connection from the muscle to the brain and vice versa. So you have to stop because I'm trying to protect you. That's lactic acid dehydrogenase M for the muscle. So it's a good thing. What you want to do is you don't want to waste a set and do something and not build up lactic acid. That's what you don't want to do, right? So you want to make sure you're getting your reps and you're pumping it up and you're recruiting muscle fibers because that's what's going to increase the lactic acid buildup, and that's what you want. Now, lactic acid dehydrogenase H is for the heart, right? So let's say you get on and you're going to start doing low jog for cardio. When you first start, your goal is to reach steady state. If you're going to do some long distance cardio, your goal is to reach steady state where you feel like you can run forever.
I got to run. I haven't ran in fucking years.
A lot of people just stopped doing it. I used to love that shit.
Besides handball, which is sprints, basically.
Yeah.
Where you're just insanely winded after doing a couple sets of that.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't want to derail you, but when you said run, I got to start trying to run a little bit.
Dude, I just
know I'm going to be a bitch when I first start.
The only reason I stopped doing as much running as I did, if it's not sprints, it does thin out my legs a little bit.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I see it. Running for me melts the weight off me, like completely. If I fuck around and do a couple of fasted cardio runs, oh man, I'm losing weight fast, like real quick. So I tend to like just slowly add it in, you know?
But as you're saying, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no worries. So lactic acid dehydrogenase H is when you're doing cardio and you're trying to reach steady state because you want to do a long bout of cardio. The initial run, when you first start moving around, you're going to feel a little bit of burn throughout your body, in the calves, in the legs, the whole 9 yards. You just got to push through just a little bit longer. And then all of a sudden the burn goes away and you reach steady state where your body now is taking enough oxygen to help you perform your activity for a very long period of time. But what's going on is your body's also releasing and producing lactic acid at this point. But when you're doing cardio, lactic acid is redistributed through the system as an energy source. So the more you keep moving, that's why like in between a set, you shouldn't just sit down and stop. It's not just about blood pooling. It's about lactic acid. You want it to redistribute through the system because it's a form of energy. It's an energy source, right? The more you do that, you can continue doing activity for a much longer time. So in both those ways, lactic acid is a savior as well as an energy source that can help you perform for a longer period of time. So don't look at lactic acid as being something bad. Don't look at lactic acid as being something that's holding you back, or don't look for some kind of pill that's going to stop your body from producing lactic acid.
Understand what it is.
Exactly.
And know the benefits of it.
Benefits of it. 100%.
Cool.
So it's that. Also want to talk about caffeine. Aside from the people,
I'm the wrong one to talk about
I
caffeine
know.
with.
Aside from the people that don't like stim or don't take stim, and
Oh, don't get me wrong. I love stims.
I know.
I used to abuse the fuck out of them. I
know.
was
what made you stop?
well, I was a 3 to 4 scoop pre-workout kind of guy.
What?
Yeah, dude. Yeah. So when I was getting ready for my shows, I've said this a couple times in and out, so everybody hasn't heard it. So when I first started my shows, the only thing that I was taking was an ECA stack. So that's ephedrine, caffeine, and aspirin.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I was taking
I've done that.
that as a pill, as a fat burner. And I was taking, I was drinking like 1 cup of black coffee a day. But as the prep went on, I was so tired constantly that I needed that kick in the ass. Now, before that, I was already a pre-workout champ. Like every workout I did, I had to have at least a scoop of pre-workout, kicking it back, getting amped up, getting jacked up, working out, this and that. But then as my prep went on and I was so fucking exhausted, just tired constantly from fasted cardio in the morning for an hour on the stairs at 120 steps a minute. Then I was working, I was at school all day, and then I'd go to the gym at night. I'd train. I would do 45 minutes on the stairs at night, and then I'd go home, back to my room, and I'd prep all my food for the next day. You know, as a college student, that's a lot.
That's a lot. Yeah.
So, and I also prepped very long because I was natural and I wanted a super slow
Make sure that you
breakdown.
Did it right. Yeah.
I prepped for 23 weeks. So, as I went on, I realized like I was consuming more and more. So I would drink a cup of maybe 1 or 2 cups of black coffee a day. Plus, I was having probably about 3, sometimes 4 max scoops of pre-workout. And the one that I was using back then was Mr. Hyde.
Oh, Mr. Hyde, I know that one. Okay.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I never took it, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I was never.
It was about. I think it was about like 250 or 300 mgs of caffeine.
Oh my god.
So like,
wow.
I was taking
900 milligrams of caffeine.
Almost a gram of caffeine just to work out. Now I'd have to leave the gym sometimes because I thought I was having a heart attack. I'd actually have to leave and go catch my breath and air outside and
then
just
come back.
like I'd be shaking. I'd be like, okay, like just relax, chill out, and then I'd get my heart rate.
Happened to you.
I'd get my heart rate down, and then I'd be like, okay, we're good, and I'd go back in. There were a couple times where I had some panic attacky moments.
Yeah.
And then after I stopped my prep, I got back to Long Island because I was in Connecticut. Back to Long Island, I was working my day job, and I'd go train at night with my buddy at the time. And I just noticed that I was consuming a lot of caffeine, and it would give me a lot of anxiety.
Yes.
I'm not an anxious person by trade. I'm just really not. I'm very calm, cool, collect. I'm confident, this and that. And then I had my first vertigo attack. That was in... That must have been like 2015. 2015, 2016. I'll never forget it. It was the scariest thing in my life, man. I just finished a back workout. I was super stressed. I was talking to this girl, and she was giving me mixed signals. I was stressed about that. I was stressed about work. Work wasn't going well. I was undersleeping. I was tired. I was over caffeinated. Just like there was a lot of things going on. And then I remember the night before I went to Cherry Valley in Hempstead with my boy. Went to go. You ever been there?
Deli?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
The fucking crazy sandwiches.
Yeah.
Went to Cherry Valley. Grabbed sandwiches. We went back to my house. We ate. It was like 3, 4 in the morning. He went home. I went to sleep. We woke up at 8 a.m. We go, let's go hit back. We hit back for like 2.5 hours. Heavy, rolling the 200s, rolling the fucking going absolutely crazy. This is when I was deadlifting 3 times a week too. And then we end the workout. I go, the girl that I was seeing was there at the time was there. She was training. We go sit down on the front bench and we're cooling down. And on there, and somebody just said something to me, and I turned my head, and the whole room spun on top of itself. I just turned my head the wrong way.
Wow.
I went from right to left just to look at them, and the whole room just spun. And I had to like, if anybody ever got the spins when you're drunk, that's what it feels like, but you can't stop it.
You can't stop it.
And I'm just sitting there, just waiting for it to end. I'm just sitting there. I'm waiting. I'm keeping my eyes shut because the room is literally just spinning. Keep my eyes shut. It won't stop. I tried to drink something. I said, maybe my blood sugar crashed because I haven't really eaten much. I drink something. I go outside. I throw up. As Kenji stretching. Hey, buddy.
Cutie pie.
I go outside. I had to get driven home. I left my car at Bev's. And then for about 2 days, it was like that.
Shit.
Yeah, it was really fucking scary. And then I started feeling somewhat better. I still felt a little off, I had to get back to work. I had to get back to training, doing my thing. I felt a little off. It was weird. I couldn't really explain it. And then that was kind of it. And then a year later, I had another one. Not as bad, but I had another instance of feeling like I had it. And then it was kind of like an every year occurrence. I would have that feeling. So the last year, 2020, last 2020 of September, I had another one, very small one. And my mom actually she just turned the lights out in the house. I laid on the couch. Kenji was laying next to me. And luckily it went away, but I still felt a little off after it. So I said, there seems to be some type of a trend.
Yes.
Overworked, overtired, over-caffeinated. I can't really mitigate the overwork. Like, that's just going to happen in life.
Yes.
You're going to work.
Got to work, got to push it.
Sometimes you're fucking crazy. Sometimes you're slow. It is what it is. It's the name of the game. So I don't really have options of that. I can try to de-stress, but that's about it. Sleeping, I'm hit or miss with sleeping, like you. Not as bad as you, but I'm pretty good.
Yeah.
I can sleep, but other times sometimes I'm up super late and then I go to sleep. I wake up the next morning, I feel great. Sometimes I don't sleep, or I sleep a full night. I wake up the next morning and I feel like shit. Yeah. It's weird. So I quit the caffeine. When I quit the caffeine, I went through like withdrawals, like a crack addict, man.
Probably had crazy headaches, the whole 9 yards.
Headaches, nervousness.
Yep.
I was going to a shoot and I was shaking. I'm like, what the fuck am I shaking
for? It's a drug, bro.
I was like, why am I shaking? Why am I so nervous to go to this shoot? This doesn't make any sense. Like, this is a nothing shoot for me. This is general run-of-the-mill shit. And that lasted for about a month and a half. And then, I mean, I knock on wood, I haven't had I haven't had a vertigo attack. I've had moments where I think I'm going to, but that's my mind.
Yeah.
It's Marina even said it on the last podcast with me. I have like PTSD with it.
Yeah, of course.
Sometimes I catch myself doing a podcast because we're sitting here and I'm staring at you, eye contact, or the guest, and I have to like catch myself just like, we good? Like, no, you're good. Chill out, man.
Yeah, exactly.
You have to almost talk yourself off the ledge constantly. So, moral of the story, it's weird. It's a weird feeling. I can't really, unless somebody's had vertigo like that, I can't explain it. But me taking caffeine out and not having one since then, that's kind of a clear indication of maybe that wasn't mixing well with me anymore.
Yes.
Maybe it was years of abuse. My adrenals were probably done at that point, whatever it might be. So I'm good. I've also now learned to train without it. Yeah. I couldn't train without caffeine. There was a time where I would have the worst workout ever if I didn't have a scoop of pre-workout.
I know a lot of people like that.
And now, though, doesn't matter. I walk in, a little warm-up, put my music in, and it's as if I have caffeine.
Yeah, you're good to go.
Yeah.
That's what I always just say. I have an abundance of energy. I don't need a pre-workout to help me get energized. All I used to take back in the day was pills to help increase a pump. That was it.
Yeah, pump pills.
I didn't take stim and stuff like that. I mean, now my pre-workout that's out now, it has some kick. But I made that more so for people who do need a little help with energy, people who do love stim. But yeah, it basically with caffeine, it does have, it's technically a drug. So it's one of those things where if used correctly, it has a lot of benefit. Even like I was talking about metabolic syndrome, something as simple as drinking 4 ounces of coffee 6 times a day at separate times, like, spaced out, is great to help combat high blood pressure, cholesterol, as well as it helps to tame blood sugar issues.
And appetite.
So here you are. That's health benefit. That's a health benefit of caffeine, right? So,
but there's a very fine line before you start abusing it.
Yes, exactly, for abuse. Now, as far as, people used to always ask me, how do you keep muscle mass and you do so much cardio with kickboxing, MMA, boxing? They see me used to be running on the treadmill, doing the stairs, the vertical climbing. Like, how do you keep your size? I mean, I eat a lot, but the truth is, it's because I used to consume caffeine, like on a regular basis. But when I say regular basis, I mean on a daily basis, but it was just caffeine, like an energy drink, not a whole pre-workout, to get me through only my cardio. So if I was going to do kickboxing, if I was going to box, MMA, or do cardio, or do a circuit, I would take an energy drink, right? Reason being is because when caffeine is present in your system, it helps you to preserve muscle glycogen. So a lot of times people will say doing too much cardio is going to make you burn and lose muscle mass. It has some truth behind that. If your diet is off and not impeccable, and you're training and doing long bouts of cardiovascular activity without having the nutrients you need to preserve and save your muscle, yes, you will lose a little bit of muscle mass. Caffeine is a quick and easy supplement that you would take, and it helps preserve muscle glycogen through long bouts of activity. So that's a benefit. It's a diuretic, it's an appetite suppressant. But another thing for guys in the gym is what they don't realize is caffeine, it brings forth fat when you're on an empty stomach, especially. It brings forth fat as your first source of energy. So that's a huge benefit.
Like a fake keto thing.
Exactly. So now I'm going to put myself through a workout. I'm empty. But with caffeine present in your system, you don't feel empty. You feel like you have energy, right? But it's bringing forth fat as your first source of energy. So it's helping you burn more fat. So that's the benefit behind, caffeine. But once again, you got to be careful with the amount you take. Now, to reap all those benefits as far as in the gym, about maybe 250, milligrams of caffeine. You don't need anything more than that.
Which is adequate to like probably 4 cups of coffee.
Yeah, pretty much. Yep. It's pretty much exactly what it is. So a cup of coffee is 80 milligrams. So yeah, pretty much. Once you start going over that, now you have to worry about other things like, you're getting the jitters, heart palpitations, like you said, anxiety.
Adrenal fatigue.
Exactly. Adrenal fatigue is huge because people don't get, like I have a friend of mine who's like, yeah, I had 4 bangs today. I'm like, there's 300 milligrams in that. That's 1,200 milligrams of caffeine.
Yeah, 1.2 grams.
1.2 grams. I'm like, dude. He's like, yeah, I don't feel anything. I drink them all day long. I'm like, yeah. It's because your adrenal glands is getting fucked up. Yep. Your body's not, it's a drug.
At my height, I was drinking 2 Reigns a day, plus the pre-workout, plus an extra large iced coffee in the morning.
Shit.
Yeah. Extra large iced coffee in the morning was probably like this big too. I was drinking that shit. When I come here to edit in the morning, I'd drink like 1 to 2 Reigns or bangs in the middle of the day. And then in the afternoon, it's time for pre-workout. We gotta go train.
Yeah.
And there were times where I would actually drink one of the extra large Red Bulls, the sugar-free Red Bulls, and I'd go right to bed.
Yeah.
Like, that's how little it affected me.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. You just were taking way too much, which is, I mean, like you said, like
that's I feel like that's the first drug that people abuse when they get into the fitness lifestyle.
Of course it is.
It's not the steroid, it's the caffeine, and I gotta get pre-workout. It's like, what, nobody's ever. I feel like nowadays, rarely anybody has trained without it now.
Yeah, everybody's coming in, dry scooping, blah blah blah. The whole 9 yards. They need their pre-workout, like you said. They need it to work out. No matter what, I always used to do, even with my clients, I would tell them, if you're going to take a pre-workout or you're going to drink caffeine, do it for 2 days. And then don't do it for 2 days. Do it for 2 days.
Yeah, cycle in and cycle out.
So that you always have that profound, that potent effect of what the caffeine is going to do for you. You're always going to reap the benefit. Because if you don't, that first time you ever drink, now this is what's crazy. I always talk about like the mind and how strong it is, but you drink a cup of coffee, the first time you have a cup of coffee, you feel like, oh my God.
You feel like a god.
Yeah, exactly. You do it for a week. By the start of the second week, that cup of coffee is not doing anything for you.
Oh, now I need 2.
Now you need 2 cups. Then it goes to 3. But this is the crazy part, right? Your body gets accustomed to it, needs more to get the same benefit. Are you ever going to get the same feeling? Ever? No.
No.
You never will. Right? Even when you stop taking caffeine for a while, you'll get a good feeling when you start back, but it's never the same. Right? So
it's like a crackhead trying to chase that first high.
That first high. You're never going to find it again. You're always chasing it. This is exactly the same thing with caffeine. But it's really crazy how it works like that. And what's even crazier is if I switch your coffee out, you're accustomed to drinking 1 cup of coffee in the morning, and it woke you up, regular cup of coffee. If one day I decided to switch it for decaf, and you don't know, the smell and the taste of coffee is what initially is going to spark that energized feeling you have.
It's a placebo effect.
Exactly. It's not even the caffeine, because the caffeine, if you're drinking it every day, it's not hitting you the same way. It's not waking you up. It's not doing what you think it's doing.
People that go, I need my coffee before I can even function. Like,
yeah.
No, you don't.
The smell and the taste is what's giving you that first jolt. It's not the actual caffeine. That's what's funny. It's crazy, actually. But once again, that's the mind. It's just taking over. Love that shit.
He goes, love that shit.
Yeah, you got to play mind games with yourself. Love it. I'm all about that. All about that. But yeah, that's...
Do you have any yet?
That's the benefit of the caffeine.
You got one more?
Yeah. I got another.
Let me see.
One more thing I want to talk about. And people talk about calories in, calories out.
Okay.
Right? And yes.
You and I might debate on this, so.
Okay. So calories in, calories out. If I have two people and I cloned one, so it's the same exact person, and I give them each 2,000 calories a day.
Okay.
Okay. They're going to be the same weight. Activity levels, everything is exactly the same. They're the same person. So their metabolism, bone structure, muscle mass, everything is exactly the same. They're going to be the same weight. Okay. So my question to you is this. If it was 2,000 calories worth of pizza and the other person was 2,000 calories worth of grilled chicken and vegetables, would their weight be the same? What do you think?
Okay. Yes.
Good answer.
It would.
Yes, the fuck it will.
Okay.
What would be different?
Their body composition.
Hands down.
Yeah, the body composition, because that's why I said I was going to debate you on this, but we're aligned on that. Because when I used to get coached, I did the bro science diets. So I did the
Tell me what that is.
I mean, it's kind of how I know it's what you gave Ty.
Yeah.
So it's nothing against
like
it.
macros and stuff like that.
Well, you gave him meal 1. This is what you eat. Meal 2. This is what you eat. Meal 3.
I had to break it down for him. I can't give him any leeway.
But that's what I'm saying. So that's the type of diets that I was given, and then I switched to macros. And macros, I could slip in a Pop-Tart post-workout, or I could slip in some different food here and there. But I always had the general idea that cleaner food is going to give me a cleaner physique. So I knew that. But then there are dudes that are on macros that just eat like shit that still get shredded because they...
Well, what's the reason?
Because they're calories in versus calories out.
No. Were they as clean as you are? That's the question.
So there were some guys that were I don't know if you know this dude, Matt Ogus.
No, I don't think I know.
Matt Ogus, he was kind of like the first fitness influencer on YouTube. He was big into If It Fits Your Macros. Dude was a fucking house of a Asian dude, and he would eat out almost every day. He would make sure his macros fit eating Chipotle every single day, loading up his bowl, like loading up a burrito he would eat.
Okay.
And he would eat his micronutrients and stuff like that on the sides. But everyone just saw the Chipotle that he was eating, and they would just go, oh shit, you could eat whatever you want and still lose weight. So I've seen dudes at both ends of the spectrum. I've seen dudes that are super clean with macros and super shitty with macros. And I've seen some guys that are super shitty with macros look pretty good, but generally the people that eat cleaner always look cleaner. Their lines
a little more
look
crisp,
crisper. They just look healthier because of the foods that you're eating too.
Yeah, of course.
If that's the point you're making, I think I'm making.
No, you're 100% right. Okay. Calories in, calories out. The number on the scale will be the same, but your body composition will be different. How you choose to look and what you want, your goals. That's what's going to be the base of it. So, like when it comes to like macros, right? I agree with macros to an extent.
Okay.
Like when it comes down to diet, it's like a science, right? So basically, everything when it comes to the human body is like science. So you have a theory, you make a hypothesis, and then there's variables. You put together your plans, and you'll put these two things together, A and B, to try to reach your hypothesis, right? A and B doesn't work. A and C does, though. C and F does. F by itself won't do it. B by itself won't do it. B and D, though, that'll get you there. One will be fast, one will be slow. Some of them will never get you there. One will get you there in a matter of no time, right? So there's many different ways to skin a cat is where I'm getting at. So there's many different things you can do. It all depends on what works for you, but you have to play with your diet to figure out what works for you.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So there are some guys who are not carb sensitive. So if you're not carb sensitive and you choose to eat all your carbs right before you go to bed, it won't have the same effect as somebody who is carb sensitive and has macros and has to eat a certain amount of carbs in a day. Him eating all of those carbs right before bed is going to affect him differently. His body will look different, right? So I have a couple of friends who just by nature, genetically, they do not ever eat anything healthy and they are shredded and jacked to the bone. I literally am just like, How the pizza, burgers, ice cream, all day, candy, and they're shredded. And I'm just like, how is this possible? But that's their genetics. That's how they made up. A person like that can get away with saving all their macros, all their carbs, and fat
by the end of the day
before bed, and they'll be fine. But then somebody else won't be able to do that. So it's all about figuring out how your diet is going to work for you and what works best for your body type, your lifestyle, your just overall your body.
Yeah, I like macros. I liked it because I was able to feel like I could eat flexibly. I didn't have to just be. You
weren't attached to your.
Oh shit! We're out of chicken again, so I can't have anything else but chicken.
Yeah.
Like it was
chicken's on my plate, so on my plan. So I guess I got to eat chicken. I can't even eat the fish or the steak or what. No, but I get what you're saying. That's where it's good.
It taught me, and that, I was the most shredded when I was on Mac. When I was doing that, when I was cooking, 40 grams of pasta and then cooking it, and then that was my carb meal for the middle of the day or something like that. Like it was nice to be able to learn foods like that because I was never taught that.
Yes.
I think there's a lot of misconceptions with it where people just think it's an excuse for people to just eat shitty. And it's some people, yeah, but most people that follow that stuff, no. It's about learning. See, like when I get a plan now, or I see someone's plan, they go 6 ounces of chicken, cup of rice, this and that, blah, blah, blah. There's so many factors in that
yes.
Like, well, 6 ounces of chicken, that's fine. You're weighing that out. But like the rice, cup of rice, or you're giving me those measurements, it's like, well, how many grams of carbs am I eating per day? I don't know. Yeah. I need to know, like, well, just drop it to 4. Some of the dudes will be like, just drop it to 4 ounces now instead of 6 ounces of meat.
So I know with some people, when I do their plans, I do change the way I write down the numbers.
Okay.
I'll say 1 cup, 6 ounces, or I'll say grams.
Yeah, grams is
certain people.
Grams is where I'm at.
The reason I do that is because
gram people will go harder than the ounce people.
You got to know your audience.
Yeah. Gram people will go harder.
A gram person will literally walk into a 7-Eleven and be like, oh shit, okay, I'm ready to get this. All right, let me grab that peanut butter and jelly sandwich and I'm gonna bring my scale right here, put my scale there, and I'm gonna wait. You gotta know your audience. Okay. If you're doing it for somebody that wants to get on stage or that's dead set on a goal and you see them working, that's how you write it up for them. That's what I believe. Other people, you got to be like a little more like, okay, go out and buy the microwavable packs of rice. Eat 1.
Or half.
There you go. No, don't even do half. Eat 1. Throw it out. That's all that's on your plate. You give certain people leeway, they don't know how to take it. It's just like this. We're going to work out 6 days a week. I know you're not coming to the gym 6 days a week. You're only going to get there 4. But if I say come 4, you're only coming 2. So I got to say 6 to get 4 out of you, right? So you got to be like really on with those other people. Like, listen, I need this amount of chicken. Go get those microwavable cups. Don't go doing your own rice because I know it's not going to match up.
Yeah. Or you're going to be spooning that shit in your mouth as you're making it.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So that's how I'll switch it up. You got to know your audience.
Because, by the way, everybody knows that, when you're spooning the food in your mouth as you're cooking it, the calories don't count.
Yeah.
Calories don't count. You know how many times I've done that? I was like, yeah, I'm waiting for my food to heat up, but there's a jar of peanut butter and jelly, and I could just make a little mouth peanut butter and jelly while I'm waiting.
Exactly. That's not good. That doesn't count.
No,
what do
never.
You mean? That wasn't on my plate. I didn't put that on my plate. Come on now. That doesn't count.
Oh shit. So those are the misconceptions, man.
That's fucking awesome. Just a couple here, here and there.
So you know what? We're gonna keep the training.
Save it.
I want to give them something to get excited for the next one.
It's a good one.
So we'll do the training chronicles for the next episode.
Let's do that.
I think we should open up for some Q&A too. I think that'd be good.
That would be wonderful.
Yeah, because I know you'll get a lot of questions.
Let's do it.
Me, no one gives a fuck about me. people hear too much. People hear too much about me. They're just like, fuck.
You kidding me?
Fuck this kid.
Here.
But yo, dude, fucking love you.
Always a pleasure.
Always. Come on. That's number 9.
I know.
It's number 9 in Rizzology, Into the Batcave.
Let's do it. I can't wait for more.
That's it. We're gonna do more and more, and we're open to anybody that wants to hear us talk about certain topics because we can come up with our own topics all fucking day. Don't matter to us. We can come up with a million and one things to talk about.
I think about it. I didn't even think about that. If you guys have,
well, you should put a poll up on your Instagram.
Issues,
put a poll up on your Instagram. Just say, hey, what do you guys want to hear us talk about?
If you guys want to help me, teach me how to play with this Instagram thing, by all means, help me out.
Teach me to teach you.
I can't. I'm not good at the IG
I got
shit.
you.
But yes,
because it helps. That's what it is. It's supposed to be personal. And like when I set out to make all these podcasts, I want to make it feel like everybody listening or watching is sitting right at the end of the table with us.
Yes.
Because that's the whole point.
Let's do that. I have a lot of people hit me up and ask, like, yo, you always give great advice on relationships. Why don't you do something on the podcast about relationships?
Oh, we could talk about that. We could talk a lot about that. That's very easy.
Let's do that as well.
Well, we have to do that. We have to do Jamal's alpha male series.
Oh man,
We have to do
crazy.
We have to do the Jamal alpha series.
But what if I don't think I'm an alpha male?
Well, we all think you're an alpha male, so we're giving you the title. You don't have to you don't have to have a self-proclaimed title. We're giving you the title.
All right. I hope it matches up.
Oh, it matches up.
I hope it matches up.
All right, guys. Yo, thank you for listening to episode 9 of Rizzology. You know the lingo. Peace.
Later.